Recording? Wow, that was good. Hey, Brett from Mud Run Guide. I think I already did this before, but I'm going to jump in this pool over here with some ice cold water, and as much as that sucks, I'm going to make a newly minted champion come do it with me. So, without further ado, I'm jumping in. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce the newest champion from Spartan Ultimate Team Challenge, Mr. Beni Gifford. Get in here.
A freaking roo.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do this.
Yeah.
You just caught me running by.
It's really cold too. Just jump. I told you. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure you tell them, please, no diving, no jumping in the pool.
Yeah, none of that. So anyways, I wanted to do an interview with this guy for a while. Luckily, we're here at Terrain Racing. Beni, so you raced in Spartan Ultimate Team Challenge. That was like 3 months ago.
9 or 10 months ago, but yeah, okay.
Whatever. It was a real long time ago. It seemed like 3 months. It was probably
yeah,
longer. You know.
Yeah.
You've had to keep what happened secret for all that time.
Yep.
You did a really good job.
Well, thank you very much.
That was pretty impressive. So so tell me about the whole process. What was it like when you first showed up there? I mean, literally day one. What's it feeling like? Because there's a lot of your friends, a lot of new people, a lot of ninjas.
Okay. So day one, none of us have any idea what the course is like. We don't know. We literally know nothing. We don't know if it's a relay team race. We don't know if it's 10 miles long. We know nothing about it. And we show up. We're seeing Ninja Warriors left and right. Crazy Kramer.
So who was the most exciting person for you to see? Who'd you see and like, oh shit?
Okay. I'm a little Hunter geek, so Hunter. But
yeah, I see him all the time.
I see Hunter all the time, but still, he was like the first OCR idol I had when I got in this sport. But
is he still your idol? You kicked his ass.
He still really is, because I don't know, he's freaking funny.
Yeah.
People think he's a douche, but he's really nice. The nicest guy.
He's the sweetest
He's
dude.
so sweet.
All right, who's better looking, Ryan, Ken, or Hunter?
You mean when they don't look exactly like each other?
I know. Don't they look like brothers?
You know what? It depends. If Hunter's going through one of his like Safari Bob fuzzy
How
faces,
did I get off track? I'm sorry.
I don't know. Anyways,
I bust Ryan's ass all the time because he's so freaking handsome. But anyways, back to what we're talking about.
So actually, funny enough, I didn't know. Obviously, we don't know who's on the show.
Right.
We don't know who's who, and so.
Did you know your team members?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I knew all my team members. By the way, some teams were semi-assigned by the network, but my team was handpicked 100% by me. I was like, I need Laura Mesner.
Really?
I want Matt Campione, and I want Lene Kettler. Originally, actually, Maggie Legan was our girl, but she ended up having, or one of our girls. And
she filled both roles.
Okay, well, we always had Laura.
Yeah.
But Maggie Legan was going to be our girl, but she had an issue with med school, and then I thought, oh my gosh, freaking Lene Kettler.
I know.
I can't believe I didn't think of her.
Now, you met Lene at Atlas Race, right?
Yes. Atlas Race San Antonio, I think.
Yeah. She did a OCR Warrior, an OCR Warrior alum. Totally kicked ass. Yeah.
That was awesome. So I actually had.
How did you handpick your team?
So, okay.
How does that happen? Wait. So let's just get the elephant in the room out of the way. Your team was fucking stacked.
Okay. So we have had a little bit of crap about that, but the way it works is anybody who wins is going to get crap for some reason that they want. The point is, it came down to how smart you were with picking your team, because I figured, look, all you have to do is look at American Ninja Warrior. They don't just want superstar athletes. They want superstar athletes to appeal to the really athletic crowd, and then really good backstories. And
so you were thinking about like the show concept. You weren't thinking about the racing.
No, we got to get picked first. Because my first thought was, oh, Bracken, KK, Rose might come be on a team. And then before I even messaged them, I was like, we're not going to get picked. We need a good backstory, and we need to have relationships. So I thought, I need to toe this line. In order to win that show, you have to toe the line between getting picked, having relationships with people, having good backstories, and being really good level athletes. If you got any rock star member on your team, you weren't going to get picked, because they would look and be like, no, he's an elite. He's not going to be allowed to be on your team.
So it would have broken the teams back up.
Exactly.
So you skated through because you were under the radar. People didn't know that Lene is a ridiculous badass. So actually, and you weren't even the star of the team.
Ian Dyerly was our team captain. The team captain was the person who was assigned to us by the network.
Okay.
Love Ian. He was fantastic.
Had you ever met him before?
No, I never met Ian. We had never even heard of Ian Dyerly. And we started looking up his stats, and we were like, cool.
He's from the UK?
No, Ian Dyerly's from California.
Oh.
Yeah. I know, I'd never heard of him before, but apparently he's actually really fast.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah, no, he beat I forget who he beat, but he's actually really fast. So
let's talk about the structure of your team. You're incredibly fit. You're incredibly fast. You're not a big guy,
right?
Okay, Mr. Nelson over here has got bigger biceps than both of us combined. But realistically, if you look at your team, you're not stacked muscle-wise. I mean, we talked about Hunter. We talked about Ryan.
Yep.
Even I don't know if it was in Team Beef or whatever their name was. Amy Pagic's team. Her cousin Mitch is a pretty solid dude.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of muscles out there.
Yeah.
Your team, which one, didn't have a lot of beefcake to it.
You know, I haven't actually even thought about that as far as the picking process, because we didn't know what the course was going to look like.
Yeah.
We had no idea what the best team would be because we didn't know anything about the course. We don't know if he was going to be a bunch of... In fact, actually, I talked to Bracken Crocker, who was on the test course at the Spartan World Championships last year, and the way he described it, I might have misinterpreted this, but it sounded like it was going to be super heavy obstacles, like carry super heavy stuff for it, like sprint speed.
Well, that would have screwed your team.
Oh, we would have been screwed. So, like the way it sounded, those Spartan shields, I seem to remember, even though I'm probably misquoting him, that he said it was going to be like a 500-pound shield, and that we had to move fast with it. So we would have been screwed if that was the case.
Yeah.
Now, we would have pulled through. All of us are a lot stronger than we look, but I'm shivering. Why are we still doing this?
Well, because water was here, and see, I have a lot more body fat, so for me, this is completely comfortable.
Yeah, this is like OCR World Championships all over again.
Yeah.
But
which I didn't actually race, but yeah. I'll just say it was.
You were busy.
Yeah, I was kind of. So your team. First round, you get matched up against 3 other teams, and I'm just super studs. I mean, we can go through every round. We have all of that on Mud Run Guide with a breakdown of every single show. So let's just jump into the meat of everything.
Okay.
The finals. I mean, so you've got an all-star team of you have the comeback kids who came almost out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You have this all-star team. We have a horn honking over this entire time. Thanks, guys. But you've got these, an all-star American Ninja Warrior team that you're going up against. You have all these Spartan grades. Tell me a little bit about. So there's 4 teams in the final.
Right.
Give me a breakdown of looking at any of them. Did you go, holy shit, we're done for?
You know what? I'll be honest. Never once did I think we're gonna lose or crap. I did think this is gonna be really close. When it came to the ninja teams, hold on guys. When it came down to the ninja teams between the Free Spirits and Team Grit, that was the main episode where we were like, holy crap about, because they've been smashing everybody, they'd broken our record, and actually Robert Killian, not calling him out, but in the hotel after his team went, and I think they lost to the Ninjas, I'm not sure, but he clearly told me 3 times in a row, no one's going to beat the Ninjas. No one. And I said, Robert, we haven't gone yet. He goes, no one's going to beat the Ninjas.
But he wasn't on that team.
Which team? Ninjas?
No, Killian wasn't on that team. He was literally saying this other team there is going to run away with him.
Oh yeah, no, he wasn't on the Ninjas team. He was I think he was the team captain of the military team. I forget their name.
Yeah.
But Castle Rock Commandos.
Okay.
But after their race, I believe it was against the Ninjas. But whatever it was before our first day of racing, and he said, no one's going to beat the Ninjas.
So he was looking at it from the agility standpoint. They were all fantastic athletes. Is that the team with Lance Perkis and Kevin Bull?
Well, there are 2 ninja teams. Team Grit had Lance Perkis, the Cowboy, and
Kevin Bull, right?
Kevin the Bull, and then they had Spencer, Spartan Spencer, and the 2 girls, Maggie and I forget the other girl's name. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, Maggie Thorne was one. Obviously, Ninja, Spartan. Yeah. Maggie's kick-ass.
And then Free Spirits had Grant McCartney, Neil Crazy Kramer, and Ryan Woods, and then a solid girl. I think 2 solid girls. But so they were really the main teams we were really worried about. But we knew.
So the team that Killian was talking about was the one with.
He was referring to both the ninja teams. He said it's going to come down to the 2 ninjas.
So we've got the Spartan World Champion going out on the course and literally saying this wasn't a course that was going to be won by Spartans.
Yeah, and I totally understand. He hadn't seen any team even close yet. We hadn't even gone yet, and there was no reason to think anybody could beat them because I mean they were freaking rock stars.
So take me through your what do you want to call it? You can't call it like
the preparation.
No, I was going to say your time was the best time yet.
Right.
So you set the record. You got beaten later on.
Yep.
But when
you know what's funny though? It was a different course. We had the log this might be switched, but one of us had the log traverse.
Yeah.
Somebody else had the trapeze. They had the, there were 2 obstacles you could switch between. Sometimes we would do, you know, the big log that we pick up and then put on the rack?
Yeah.
Sometimes we would do that and then have to go straight over to the log traverse, which was the freaking hard one you had to push down the wall. And our courses were not exactly the same. They may have been, actually. I'm forgetting. The episodes were so freaking confusing. But
wait, so how many days was this?
This was shot all the way from, we came in on Tuesday, championship was filmed. It was either Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
So we were one of the last teams to go. So we had a kind of a double-edged thing. We had the advantage of being able to watch other teams, see how their plans played out, and say, okay, we don't want to do that, we want to do this. But
they let you be right on the side and watch what's going on?
But there was a jumbotron that we could watch. But for the most part, they didn't want us running all wild and stuff. And they also said, your episode is probably going to be different obstacles, so don't bet on doing this. So we had the advantage of practicing longer, but we had the disadvantage of if we won, we get no rest days. Because the championship filmed Saturday. That means race. If we win, we race again and again. So other teams, while they didn't have as much time to practice, they now have days of recovery before we have to go in the championship.
But obviously your method worked out pretty damn well.
It did. Me and Ian specifically, the whole team, but me and Ian specifically, got in so many fights.
Really?
Because
with each other?
Oh, with each other.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. There was almost a moment when our team broke up.
Really?
Before the final heat, because we were arguing so much, and I take full 50% credit for this, because I was like, I wanted to have a plan A, B, and C down packed for every obstacle. And once we got to B, Ian was like, we don't need a C. But basically, when your tensions, when your heart rate's that high, when you're exhausted, when you're beat up, when there's 250K on the line, tempers get going and stuff. But
obviously you're a very passionate guy.
Yeah, and Ian is too. We have, he likes cats, I like dogs. We have clashing personalities.
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
By the way, your puppy is absolutely adorable.
Thank you.
So take me through the final episode. So obviously it was hard fought, but what does it feel like to get over the slip wall? I mean, what did that feeling feel like just to finish it off?
Dahani Jones described our team as cold-blooded efficiency. And I thought that rings so perfect to the way I felt every time we did an obstacle, because I felt like we practiced so much, we had every possible contingency plan ready to go if something slipped or something. So getting up the slip wall, it just felt so right. Because when you put so much effort in perfecting something and it goes right, it's not so much like a yeah type thing. It's like a yes, like it worked. But the surprising thing was, on our first episode, we went into this with a plan, but we were thinking everyone else went in this to a plan too, and it went to crap. Yeah. So we were kind of like, ours is gonna go to crap too. But we practiced so much that it never did.
So speaking of everything going to crap, you know how all those stories of somebody when they win a whole bunch of money in the lottery or something, they go out and they get addicted to crack and their life goes to hell. What have you done to ruin your life since getting that paycheck?
Well, so we don't actually have the paycheck yet.
So you're not buying dinner?
No, definitely not buying dinner yet. So they don't do that because they're trying to hold out on us. They hold the money until after the final episode to make sure no gums are flapping about who won.
So even if you win here tomorrow, you don't care about the check from Terrain. You care about the check from NBC.
I actually just got a call from the lead producer asking for my information because it's supposed to come out next week. So
nice.
Yeah. But as far as ruining my life, I was actually talking to Bracken Crocker about that. We live in the same complex in Colorado Springs.
Which is like the ultimate training complex for obstacle course racing. Yeah. I don't want to jump into. Let's talk about who lives there.
Okay, so we got Bracken and his wife. We got me and Caitlin. We got Jack Bauer actually is at my place right now. He's going to be moving up with us, or not moving in with us, but around there. We've got KK Stewart and Christian, her boyfriend. Rose Wetzel's up there with Tim Sinnott until the World Championships.
Yeah, they come back and forth quite a bit.
You got April D and Isaiah Vidal. I think Isaiah switches between Austin and Colorado Springs.
Yeah. And he goes down to who
else?
Where's Hunter now? He's down in.
Okay, so Hunter, Ryan Kent, and Matt Kempson are all in Durango. Looks like Colorado's just the place to be.
That's the place to be.
Yeah.
What are we doing here in Arizona?
I have no idea. Well, okay, no. Flagstaff is gorgeous. No offense.
Yeah.
and no offense to anybody who lives here, forget this state. It was 108 degrees when I stuck my hand out the window at 10 o'clock last night. No, thank you.
So for those people that don't get it, Flagstaff is 6,000 feet up from Phoenix. Phoenix is 112 right now. I love Phoenix, don't get me wrong. But between Phoenix and Flagstaff is what they like to call death to vehicles. The hills to climb that 6,000. When we bought our RV, the RV guy said to us, he said, that section from there to here is the worst driving you'll get anywhere in the country. He said, if your car doesn't overheat here, you're fine anywhere else in the entire country.
There's a big sign right before you start this 40-mile mountain range that says, turn off your AC, save your, or don't overheat or something.
Yeah. It was a little bit nuts. Anyways, enough about RVs in Phoenix. What will you do with the money? You got any plans?
Yes, I do. I'm now going crazy. First of all, $50K is not enough to screw your life. You can't dip into $1 million house with that and screw yourself on payments. It's $50,000.
Right.
So unless I go out and do something stupid like buy a really expensive car and then get stuck on the payments, then I can't really do that much. It's enough to really help me enhance my life and take a step forward without really damaging myself that much. So my main plan is
tell me your step.
My main plan is to just continue what I'm doing, because literally I don't have anything in my life that's not what I want to do.
Really?
So I want to continue just living, doing what I'm doing.
What are you doing? This?
Just obstacle racing. I freaking love it. Training for it. Not just obstacle racing. Now that I moved to Colorado Springs, I'm surrounded by, it's like the outdoor adventure land of America. It's fantastic. So whitewater rafting, paddleboarding, all kinds of different experiences. Me and Caitlin, we are splurging a little bit. We're gonna do a drive all the way up the coast of California. Visit Richard Diaz to do some running stuff at his secret lab there. But for the most part, I really just want to be able to elevate my life to a point to where I talked about this on the show, to where I can really help my father without crippling me. Because I've seen a lot of people dedicate their lives to helping their mom and their dad, and their life never goes anywhere because they're so focused on that. I want to be able to accomplish retiring my dad and my mom without then needing someone to retire me.
Well, you can't count on me for that. But my friend here, I am so proud of you. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
I found this guy. He was nothing before I found
OCR
him.
Warrior.
OCR
Still
Warrior.
my favorite. Okay,
Well,
it's a
I
tie
don't know
with
if you can say
Spartan.
that. It's okay.
No, it's a tie with Spartan.
It's
but
really okay.
I'm not kidding. OCR Warrior. Anybody who's hearing this, give this
don't
guy
have-
some money
you
so we
don't
can do
have to say
OCR
it.
Warrior.
You don't have to say
No,
that.
this isn't a plug for him. I freaking want to do that again. So cool.
Beni Gifford, a great friend, a great person. You're a champion, or one of what, 5 people?
1 5, yeah.
One-fifth of the champion team, Spartan Ultimate Team Challenge.
Aru!
Congratulations, man.
All right.
All right, that's